Hey guys, welcome back to G-Dub's Garage. The heater blower mower went out on the burb, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out. And I couldn't find any videos on, a quick way to do this, but let's give this a shot. I'm trying something a little different. Anyway, here you go. Alright, so these hood hinges are in the way to get that motor out of there. So basically what I did is I just excuse me, took out the two back bolts and tilted the entire hood forward, just rotated it forward so I can get to those. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and remove those four, actually it looks like there's six, or maybe five screw bolts in there, and get that out of there. Hopefully get back in just a minute. Alright, I gotta get this fan off here. A little squirt. Let's set a minute. Get that off, put on the new motor. This is right here. Get a lot of stuff like this off of Rock Auto. Pretty inexpensive. Looks like the same critter. Yep, same guy. Alright, get this off. Get that swapped out. Get it back in. Alright, we got that off. That motor from Rock Auto is exact. I mean, it's perfect. So, this, as you can see, it'll only go on really one way. Well, it'll go on two ways, but we'll get that put on there. There we go. That's on. Alright. This nut to hold this on is 3/8. The screws that hold the motor in are 5/16. Alright, to get that tightened up, be back. Alright, before it's probably a good idea for anybody, before I throw this motor back in there, I'm going to evict the mouse that's been living in there. Way up in there. So here's a little tip for getting this motor back in. See this flat spot right here? That flat spot, you can, if you get that flat spot up against the fender, like so, it won't go in. It won't go in like this, turn like that. It just won't go in. So if you bring the motor back around to that flat spot gives you the clearance to get it in there. Then you have to rotate it. There's a little nubbin right there that this sits on. Once you get it around there, sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, so let's see, that should be it right there, just like that, and then you're good to go. I'll get this thing screwed in here. There's actually a spot right here where that ground wire comes across, so don't forget to put ground wire on, and don't forget to clean that up so it makes a good ground on there, because that's some pretty thick black paint that's on there. So get that cleaned up. We'll get the ground back on. Get our hot hook back up. Moving a little slow, fingers are cold. Come on. I'm a little stubborn here. Alright. Hey. There we go. Alright. That wasn't too bad actually. So now I've got to get the hood tilted back, screws put back in, but what I'm going to do before I do that, so I'll go ahead and shoot some WD down in these holes so I'm not putting those back in dry. So when you get that thing back down in there, don't forget to connect your ground wire. This is another there's a little slot right here for the ground wire to run down through, and it goes in that hole right there. I was cleaning off the wrong side, but that needs to be cleaned up a bit. So it makes good contact, so don't forget to do that. Get that cleaned up. So it makes good contact. And we're good to go. Get the rest of the screws in here. Alright. So if you're working by yourself, when you go to put the hood back up, it just rotates, it tilts back. Get a screwdriver and run through your bolt hole. And that'll help hold this side while you work on the opposite side. Alright, motor's in. Hood is back up the way it's supposed to be. The only problem I ran into is I loosened this front bolt up a little bit too much, and it slipped, the hood slipped down, so I had to realign that a little bit, but wasn't that big of a deal. So if you end up doing it this way, just make sure you leave that tight enough that it doesn't slip when you put it back down. It does help too if you have two people. So anyway, I was doing it by myself, so it was a little harder, but yeah, not too bad of a job actually. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.